Hello everyone, welcome to Liberebil. Mr. Robin Roberts, how are you doing, man?
I'm good, man. You?
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Guys, if you don't know Robin Roberts, you can click the card that's popping up on screen right now. We did a feature on his car when it ran a 12.
Was it 12.6 at the time?
12.6, yeah, which was regarded as like the fastest Polo around.
That time, yeah.
This car now ran an 11.2 second quarter mile, 1.8 litre turbo 6C Polo GTI, which Robin and I have kind of come to the conclusion it is the fastest in South Africa, and we think it's probably the fastest in the world. If you guys know of any faster Polo 6C with a stock engine, which we're going to talk about now, everything will be covered, you can comment down below. This car's engine has been unopened, but more on that now with Robin.
Strip off the shadows from your skin and cast them aside.
Robin, so what has changed on this car since the last time I saw you?
Phew. A lot has changed, eh? I think the biggest thing was probably we upgraded the turbo. So we went from, back then it was just the IS20 turbo.
Wow.
And now it is a IS38 hybrid.
Okay.
So that's the biggest change. Then, and I think we just went wild on the cooling. So we got oil cooling, DSG cooling, the intercooler, we got a bigger one. And then from there, what do we do? Yeah, I think that is it, eh? The bigger turbo, we did injectors, Golf R injectors, coil plugs, RS3 plug, coils, RS7 plugs. Yeah, I mean, we've just been.
And you mentioned how the DQ250 box that you fitted.
That was now like very recently we fitted the DQ250. It was
how
quite a mission.
Was
but we finally got it to work, and everything is smooth. Everything works from launch control to even the hill hold assist and even the cruise control. Everything works on the box, so we got it to work 100%
like original, basically.
Like original.
And who fitted this box and stuff for me?
So myself and Tune to Race. So it was actually quite a Frankenstein build. I mean, I bought a box, a DQ250. We fitted it, it didn't work. It wouldn't even communicate with the car.
Yeah.
And then I took it out, did some more research, figured out we needed a mechatronics unit that would work with the car.
Okay.
Luckily, I found someone who had a box that was broken. It was actually a Golf 7 box, so it was right where we actually needed to be. It was just was in an accident, had a hole in the casing. All we did is we took all the gears out, took actually the mechatronics was already stripped on the box, so we just took the TCU part of the mechatronics.
Of course.
Took that out and we put it all together with the box that I already bought, and now it's 100% right.
If you guys don't know TCU, so a TCU is basically like your transmission control unit, and it will adjust, so example, your shifting points, when to select the gear and things like that,
and to communicate with the ECU.
Exactly. And these cars are notoriously tricky. But yeah, guys, this car is a total monster. Robin, any other also on your cooling system, did the cooling system help you to keep your timing and not for the retard that much?
That's exactly what we went for. Yeah. So I mean, for me, what my restriction was the fueling on this car. So I couldn't get the fueling sorted. So because there's a different high pressure fuel pump to the Golf 7s and the Golf Rs. So for me, if I can't sort out the fueling, I need to get the most efficient way to get power out of this car, which is obviously cooling. So whether it was all the intercooler, the oil cooler, the transmission cooler, it all helped. I mean, even if you look in the engine bay, everything is wrapped in heat.
Yes.
Downpipe is wrapped, the charge pipes are wrapped, even the intake is in a little aluminium heat shrink, so it just keeps the heat from the transmission and the engine from getting to the part of the engine bay where the intake is.
So for the naysayers out there who has been VW brake engines and all this other type of stuff, here you guys can see this motor is basically stock, and the boost actually crept away from Robin once, and the car made well into the 390.
Yeah, 390, around 391, 392. But I mean, it was an accident. We didn't want it to boost it much because I mean, the problem is the fueling. So I mean, on this car the map sensor is only a 2-bar map sensor. So as soon as you get close to that, and it maybe gets a spike or something, and it goes over 2-bar or 1.9 something bar, then it starts creeping away.
Oh, okay.
So we ran into that problem with it creeping away once on the dyno, and I mean that was a bit too scary for us. So I mean we had to obviously pull it back. But I mean that just showed us how efficient the turbo is, that it can boost more than 2-bar.
Yeah.
And if it does boost more than 2-bar, we're well on our way to 400 kilowatts. I mean, on that run, the boost safety kicked in at around 6,000 RPM,
And
it made 390. So and it revs to 7,000. So I mean, it was all the way going up.
And at that power, it's not retarding, it's not pinging.
No, so I mean that's if you know how crap South African fuel is.
Yeah.
We have to use like that was on a 109 octane, so it wasn't pulling timing then.
Guys, let's see. Holy moly. Yeah, no. This is the normal, bruh. Like, you don't feel anything first, second, third. Some of you guys will be wondering why I'm not driving. I'm gonna drive a little bit later. I just, like, when the car gets this fast, guys, it's just wheel spin galore. And as you guys can see, Robin knows where to feather, where to shift and things like that. I don't, and I can actually injure his car. This thing revs so brutally hard out of first gear.
With first and second, what we did is we just used the boost by
gear. Okay.
So I mean, if I take that off, then first and second would be useless.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Luckily we have that function where I can limit the boost in first and second gear.
And have you broken any shafts and stuff?
No way. The thing, even with using slicks and stuff, it hasn't broken a shaft. But I mean, at the moment, what I had to do with a Dq250 swap is we had to change so many things, and the shafts was one of them. So we got TDI shafts.
Oh, okay.
So it should be holding a bit more because it's, you know, TDIs are very
torquey.
So I mean, they should hold, and if they, you know, touch with it, they don't break. But if they do break, then we'll just have to get custom parts. Shafts.
And just put you guys in perspective how these VWs are engineered. They kinda, VW's parts bin is so rich nowadays. A lot of the more exotic parts bleed down into the normal cars, like your GTIs and your Golf Rs. I mean, I know I reviewed recently a car in the VW group which was making 400 odd kilowatt. It never broke a box, shaft, piston, nothing, on stock internals as well. So yeah, I think it's if you're lucky.
Yeah.
I think it's if you're lucky. With regards to like how long this took you, as we know this took you quite some time because you've been on the channel before when the car wasn't, it took you nearly 2 years to get to this point. Has it been like fun, frustrating, or like challenging and rewarding to get to this point?
I mean, you know, from looking back then, you never, like, my goal back then was just to get into the 11s. And I mean, I think it was like that December that I got into 11s. It was 11.6 at that time. So from then I got my goal, and I was like, look, I'm enjoying this so much, so I'll just continue going. And how it, or as it happens, is like things just fell into place. Like you would get good deals with parts and that, and then it just, you know, it just keeps going on. And I mean, from then already the whole goal was to do the box swap. So I started obviously getting the parts that I needed from then already, and taking care of the DQ200 that I had in. I mean, that box, it wasn't bad. I mean, it's bad.
It slipped though. It slipped, I remember.
And then we had the problems, and then we got our solutions. So I mean, we engineered and had made custom clutches for the car. So we actually got to a point where we used semi-button clutches, and it was such a mission to do because those things are so finicky with the shims and getting the right clearances and that. So we eventually got that right, and that held up to like 600 newtons. So we were very happy with that.
I think I remember seeing like a breakdown on these double clutches. They got like a lot of plates in like a pack, and then they chew from there. You have basically your clutches which select each gear. But I remember that box had a tough life.
That one struggled a lot. Eh?
I remember the first time I drove it, I laughed.
Yeah, and I mean, when you drove it, I think there wasn't even DSG software on it or anything.
No.
So then, from then, we got the DSG software on, and then from there we got the DSG software. Then we managed to get the launch control sorted.
Yo.
So that's where the times came from getting the box sorted.
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean, we started just picking up issues like the box would overheat, clutches would slip. So I mean, what we had to do, we did what we had to do. So I bought a oil pump, got another transmission cooler.
Yeah.
Ran it through, because I mean, these boxes, the dry clutches, there's no pump in the box. It just sits in at about 2 liters of
Oil.
DSG oil. So what we did is we just ran a line from the bottom of the box into a pump, through the cooler, back into the top of the box. And then that's how we got the cooling sorted. So I mean, if I had a Dq250 now, I mean a Dq200 now, with anyone who's trying to do it, I mean, there's hope for it. I mean,
Exactly.
once the heat and the clutches are sorted, then it's a good box. It's really good. But I mean, for me, where I was planning to go with a Dq250 anyway, I think we were going to push more than 600 newtons in, so we had to.
But it's just amazing what these double clutches can actually handle, man.
Yeah.
Like someone was telling me that they know the limit, but like some people even get away with a higher limit.
Like with this box that's in it now, I mean, it's stock clutches, and it's holding more than what that DQ200 with the custom clutches had. And I mean, obviously, when I get to the point where I need more clamping force, whatever, I have to upgrade the
Exactly.
clutches. But it's there, it can be done.
Okay, so I just got behind the wheel of Robin's Polo GTI. Guys, I'm not gonna do any silly things today. Like, this car is stupid fast, and I mean, an 11-second Polo GTI that number should say it all. Robin, if I may ask, has this been an expensive journey?
You know, it's if I had to do all of this at once, I'm sure it would have been like ridiculously expensive. Like it probably is if you're gonna do all these things that I did at once. But I mean, I've been doing it part by part over what's it now, 4 years. So I mean, if I look at it that way, sure, it's not as bad as if I did it at once. But I mean, if you do it at once, it's going to be an expensive thing. I'm thinking probably about, I don't know, 80 to 100k to get everything.
But that's not a lot if you work it out in like 2 years. And
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Did you expect the motor to last like it is?
I mean, I don't know. I was always playing on not pushing the car further than what it can handle. And I mean, just very, like, you can see while we're doing the tuning on the car and the logs, and we can see when it's not liking things. So like I think we didn't push it further than what the car can handle. So I think if the car were to break, I mean, I had to accept it, but I wasn't expecting it. Is that what I mean?
Same. I didn't expect it as well. I honestly thought, like, the first thing I asked him when I got into the car this morning was, Robin, the motor probably rebuilt or something like that. He's like, no, it's still like the way it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been very lucky with this car. I mean, no breakages. Like, I mean, I've done the maintenance on the car and all of that, but I mean, I've never had a breakage with the car, luckily.
But wheel spin has always been a big issue for you.
Wheel spin,
Yeah, from back in the day already. Robin, so can I go manual mode?
So manual mode is to the left.
One to the left. Okay.
Yeah.
The one to... What dump valve DV are you running?
It's a Forge DV.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's still something that changed from the last one. I had a DV Plus.
Yes.
With the last video we had, but that didn't fit on the IST8, so I had to get a new DV.
Of course.
But the Forge one is nice.
And with regards to your LSD, are you also running a LSD?
So when I did the swap to the DQ250, I got a local LSD. It's a clutch type. It's not the before I had the helical one, the gears one. That one it was a torque bias one. We just transfer some torque to the wheel that is that's holding. But this one, it locks up, so both wheels get the same amount of power once you accelerate.
Of course.
So I think it's much better than that the helical one.
I know, but the score, the way that the gearbox is set up with the tuning software you have on, it's very aggressive.
Yeah.
Even on downshifts, there's like your throttle inputs need to be very, like you need to have your foot a little bit on the throttle just to compensate for that kick.
Yeah.
And also the sensitivity of your throttle pedal is super sensitive.
Yeah, but you remember I have a throttle response on there, so it's set to a bit aggressive now. So you can obviously set that sensitivity a bit lower.
Of course.
For if you now, like we're obviously doing some I've been doing some spirited driving, so I went on a bit more sensitive. But I mean daily I just put the sensitivity of the throttle down, and then then it's. Yeah.
It's not normal. Like, dude, this is like not normal. Dude. Like I travel a lot of these cars, but this is scary as AF.
Yeah.
Let's keep it PG friendly. Yes, this is scary.
Yeah, and you have to watch it because, like I said, the LS locks up. So if your steering is a little bit to the left, the car is going to want to go to the left. So you have to find your center very quickly.
Yeah. Like I'm fooling around with throttle because I can just get to know the car first. But guys, it's difficult. Like when you're pushing 330 plus kilo, what's your torque currently, Robin?
It's around 600. So we try to keep it there from the last tune when I had the DQ200 in. So once we get everything sorted with this, we'll obviously try to push it a bit more.
No, this is like, guys, I'm literally just towing. I haven't hit flat like to the floor yet because it's just too spooky. Yeah, I know. Hey, you're running water
method on the car is
to keep intake temps down as well.
The intake temps down is.
How much did that actually help? Because I hear sometimes water meth can have an adverse effect and not really the effect you kind of wanted to.
I mean, look, it helps with, you can see it in the logs where the timing advances more.
Yes.
It doesn't retard as much. And I mean, for daily, I don't, like now we're driving with pump fuel, so that's the only octane booster I have. So I mean, if it helps with keeping the timing up, basically.
What has been the biggest benefits to you going JB4, if I may ask? Because I know you were normal.
Yeah, the JB4 gives me a lot of customization or customer, whatever you want to call it. So I can, like how the car is now is the same way, the tune, everything is the same way to go to the track. The only thing I will add is when I'm at the track, I'll add a few PSI on the JB4. So that's the only thing that changes regarding the tune. And the JB gives me the ability to log and check like what is the car doing, does it like this, does it not like it, because you can see very clearly like if I do any thermal or efficiency like temperature or adjustments like with the cooling, I can see quickly is my intake temps going down, is it going up, what is it doing. And the same with the timing. I know exactly where my timing should be with octane, and if it starts pulling timing, I know, okay, wait, the temperature, the ambient temperature is perhaps too high, maybe let's reduce the boost a little bit. Or it's a good way for me to track what to do, especially at the track.
Okay, so first gear. Yeah, fucking hell. Fluffy. That runs away with you?
Yeah.
I'm shook, no?
Yeah, no, I'm totally in love with this car. I mean,
imagine.
that I can drive the car every day, and luckily for me, I can drive to the track and back to the track, back from the track, and to work every day. It's just.
I'm like so nervous driving this car because it's so angry. It's so freaking angry all the time, and I'm literally got trembles. It's not a normal car. That's like weird, like not okay.
Yeah.
Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Robin, thank you again so much for coming on board.
You're
I really
welcome, man.
appreciate and offering your advice to some of the guys actually tuning these cars. I really appreciate. This has been a huge eye-opener. I mean, I've driven fast cars, but this is like stupid. Guys, so we're trying to get Liberebil to 100,000 subscribers by next year, June. Don't forget to subscribe and check out some other content of Liberebil. You can click some of the cards here. You'll see some other videos pop up. And don't forget to check out Robin's old video if you haven't seen that video already. Be free with you.
Liberebil out.